Nebraska Senator, member of the Senate Armed Services Committee and the Senate Appropriations Committee, Deb Fischer. Good morning to you, Senator. So, look, the first rescission package was $9 billion in really low-hanging fruit. Should have been the easy stuff. Now we're hearing word that the spending is going to come again. There's going to be another package. Do you think the Senate can do it again? Because it barely slipped by last time.
Well, we need to put forth some fiscal responsibility and be able to tackle that reckless spending. We showed we could do it. As you said, it was $9 billion. That's only 1/10 of 1% of the federal budget. But we were able to bend that curve and start to tackle the problems that we're facing now. I am on the Appropriations Committee. We're going to be taking up 3 of those appropriations bills this week, finish them off next week. That's the process we need to go through. So we have transparency here in Congress. I'm looking forward to working with President Trump and with the administration so that we can work together to look at where those cuts need to be made and what we need to prioritize for the federal government to spend hardworking American taxpayers' dollars on.
And we know that President Trump nudged Senate Majority Leader John Thune to cancel the August recess to help get his incredible nominees confirmed. Thune reportedly said that he was thinking about it. Senator Blackburn just told us a few minutes ago here on the show that possibly you guys could come back a week earlier before Labor Day if you needed to. What do you think? Can everything get done while keeping the recess intact?
Well, you need to remember the Senate's been pretty active. We've already confirmed the majority of Senate nominees, the greatest majority of those nominees that the president has put forward. I think we had over 21 cabinet positions filled already. That's more than the last 3 administrations had gotten done at this point in time. So we're working with President Trump and trying to get it done. You bet, I'm willing to stay here and work. We need to continue on appropriations bills. We've got to look at funding. I'm on Armed Services Committee, as you said, and we have the National Defense Authorization Act, where we provide for our military men and women so they can perform the missions that they're given. All of that needs to move ahead and need to get it done.
Yeah, Senator, you mentioned it. Obviously, I think 3 appropriations bills, obviously the NDAA for defense. It's going to be a sprint to the finish to avoid a government shutdown on October 1st if you don't get the various appropriations bills passed. I mean, do you see it coming down to another series of continuing resolutions, an omnibus, or do we actually think the 13 appropriation bills can go through the normal, regular order?
I don't like continuing resolutions, to be honest with you, because that's just funding things that have been funded in the past. We don't make any determination on what programs are a priority, what programs are working. We have no transparency. We're not accountable to voters. So we need to go through those appropriations bills. That's why I said I really look forward to working with the administration on this. We've heard from our colleagues on the other side of the aisle that, maybe they're not going to work with us on this. I think the American people ought to be concerned about that. If they're not willing to come forward and work together, we're not going to be able to get government funded. That's ridiculous, and it hurts the American people. What if you are a citizen and you need help with an agency and the positions at that agency, for example, have not been filled because they are delaying the confirmation process, and then they don't want to even fund government? That doesn't benefit taxpayers in this country at all. So we need to step forward. We have to make the tough decisions so that we can have a government that runs smoothly, that's accountable, and that's transparent.
You make a great point there. Senator Fischer, great to have you with us this morning. Thank you.